Hello. Happy Sunday. Happy Sunday. Happy Sunday. And welcome to today's um, live Shays Wellness Club Q&A. Welcome to today's live Q&A session with Shays Wellness Club. We are here finally. All right. And we're talking all things wellness and weight loss and everything in between. So we're doing it a little different today. We're on multiple platforms. So let's see how this goes, okay? A lot of people have been asking me, well, I'm not on Facebook or I'm not always on Instagram, stuff like that. So we're on Facebook and YouTube and whichever else. So hello and thanks for joining. Okay. I'm gonna give some people time to come in, and I feel a lot better now. It was I was having some typical technical difficulties, but that's okay because God always gonna make a way, and my husband. So that's what's up. Um, let's see. We have a couple. I got some slides for you guys today. So we got some visual aids. We're gonna be talking weight loss. We're gonna talk about ways we can take some of these tips today and start them tonight, start them tomorrow. Please let me know if you can hear me. Give me a thumbs up, give me a heart, give me all the love. Give me all the love you can. Um, and just let me know you can hear this well and all the good things, okay? We are live today on Shays the Q&A. And we're going to a second. How was everyone's Sunday? How's everybody's week? Mine started off rocky, got a lot better towards the end, and I just thank God for that. Um, what am I looking for? This. All right. We're also going to be answering I'm going to be answering some questions live that I've been getting sent in, so we can, because if someone asks, someone else might want to know as well. So we're going to make sure we have all that, questions answered and stuff. Now, I am ready to talk to you guys for a good hour or so. And ready. I got cozy and I got my other water too. Um, so I wanted to let everyone know, let me know also what other days you want me to go live. Or what times work best for you. If you really enjoy these lives, everything, I would love to. I am able to listen to me. Um, look at me if if you don't have the time, but if you could put my have my voice in your earphones. What is that, right? Have my voice in your earphones and listen to like a podcast. That's great too. And just chime in whenever needed. If you guys need any have any questions, feel free to continue on inboxing me. I appreciate it so much. You guys inboxing me your questions. It makes Wellness Club go by way smoother when I don't have to remember questions. Some people remember, let me see. I'm trying to think about any cool stories to tell you guys. Let me turn that off. I've been getting notifications like crazy. So if a lot of you guys don't probably don't remember, but I had a post about Monique talking about, well, maybe I could start off talking about that. So I had a post recently go viral, and it's going re-viral on Instagram, about how Monique, the actress, we all know her from her biggest role on Precious and The Parkers, and she was talking about how she was, her husband had told her, um, and I can't think of a nicer way to say it or to ask or talk about it, but he asked about her weight, and actually she said the wrong number on purpose. Low-key lied and said the number on purpose. She said she knew she was over 300 pounds, but then she knew to say, less than that, 266. And her husband still said, which is correct, 266 pounds is still too much weight. So when she heard that, it was really a shock for her husband, to tell her, honey, 266 pounds is too much weight. Um, and he said it, and he said it in the best way possible. I don't, people are like debating the comments, like on Facebook and Instagram. I don't know how other, how else would you say to, I don't know how else you could tell someone, baby, you're losing too much weight, and I need there to be a change. He said, I want you for a lifetime. And that's some real, right there. That's some real stuff. When you think about longevity, when you think about people that are healthy, they want, their goal is to be here as long as possible, and of course enjoy their money as long as possible. We're working all these hours. We're hustling like crazy, trying to make ends meet, but also make extra money for not just us, for the next generation. And you don't want to have all this money and all this fame and all these accolades and all this stuff, and then to turn around and have health issues at the end. You want to live the most healthiest life possible. And that were in the comment, that doesn't mean, or just because she's fat doesn't mean she's unhealthy, or just because people are skinny doesn't mean they are healthy. And that last part is very much true. When someone is, having type 2 diabetes, it doesn't matter what size you are. If your eating if your eating isn't where it should be, or if you're not drinking the things that you should be drinking, you know, that's just a risk that you're taking, no matter what size you are. But the way that he explained it, of wanting to be with her for a lifetime, at the end of the day, even after our kids leave and leave the nest and all that stuff, all we have is our partner. All we have are the people that are in our lives. You know what I mean? So I always encourage eating on both sides. You know what I mean? A wife that wants her husband to do better in fitness, to be vocal about that, because newsflash, it's not just the women, it's the men too that need to get it together, because a lot of people don't know the man's diet is directly important to, say, if you have kids and stuff like that. I was just looking at something a doctor was saying on Instagram. And also, for all future reference and preference, these all information in these videos are fair use only, and to consult with a professional doctor, nurse, or dietitian for um, professional advice. But I'm letting you guys know what worked for me and losing 60 pounds naturally. But anywho, so like what I was hearing on Instagram, and doc, he was supposed to be a doctor, was saying that um, a lot of women's infertility isn't necessarily always on the woman. It could be on the man as well, especially if he has a poor diet. So not just the ladies, but the men, we all need to do better. I heard in the recent news that they are taking junk food out of the ability to buy on food stamps. If I'm saying this correctly, um, I for one I'm definitely for that. Okay, no, I don't have kids yet, but if I can buy, if I can spending $200 out of my check that I had to spend to do my meal preps and use food stamps, I would be so happy. If I can go to Whole Foods with my food stamp card, oh man, $200, $300 is worth it. It's really all about choices. And I know this is a preference, and a lot of people are saying, oh, they can't tell us what to buy and stuff like that. Well, if you're relying on the government, yeah, they can, and it's too many of us that are making, a lot of us, but a lot of us in general, choice. We're getting free money from the government to spend money on food, on whatever food we want. And we're really choosing Doritos, uh, lunch meat packaged, uh, sodas, stuff like that. This is meant to nourish our bodies. We're not supposed to eat for pleasure, honestly. We're supposed to eat to nourish our bodies, because it's not just us that's getting affected. It's not just the parents getting affected. Now it's the kids. Now we have overpopulated hospitals, overpopulated cancer centers, overpopulated kids cancer centers. And I'm not saying all of it can be avoided with just food, but I would say that's an amazing start, especially since the fact that a lot of scientifically, I don't know why so many people are debating science or whatever, but it's come to find out there's a lot of chemicals in these foods that are causing a lot of issues in these kids and adults. So why not restrict it to better the lives of possibly millions of people? But I digress. And if you want to spend your hard-earned money on junk food, I mean, that's on you. But don't have such more about something that's meant to be good. Anyways, so let's get into today's thing. So I'm gonna answer some questions in between some of the topics we're gonna talk about. So I had a question: is what's been your biggest struggle? Well, actually, let everybody know today's main topic, which is small habit. I'm gonna give you a list of them. Okay, we're gonna take a small habit and we're gonna make it a bin. Small habits initially completely. Let me see, I messed up my little thing. Okay, so small habits really can create big wins. A small habit that I did that changed my life was starting meal preparation. I didn't start baking all the time. Well, I did start with baking meats because I just like baked meats better. But I didn't start with the healthiest. I love my mashed potatoes, butter, and all the things for real, you know. I used to eat pork all the time, not all the time, but I used to eat pork in my meal preps, you know, and I don't eat pork at all anymore. So small wins can really make big changes. So for example, a small win would be taking we'll see for a lot of people that's not small. Well, we're gonna go into that. But the question was reading inbox. What's been your biggest struggle with losing weight without the gym? That is a great question. So my biggest struggle with losing weight without the gym. Well, of course, consistency and eating right. Um, that can definitely be the biggest struggle when losing weight because it's really all on you. Like I haven't I haven't been consistent in the gym for 2 weeks. One week I was sick and I never get sick. Okay. So this is my 1 year out of, 1 in 3 years. So, okay. So I was sick for like down for a week. So I didn't go to the gym and I didn't want to spread anything, spread any germs. And then, I just was lagging this week. I only went to the gym like once this week. And I was like, no. No, actually only twice this week. I was like, no, we're not doing that. So, but what that made me realize was that if I didn't go to the gym, I'm gaining weight. Meaning, I didn't realize I kind of started eating fat. And sometimes when I have fast food, or okay, so say like I'm going to the gym, right? I I make sure I eat a certain amount of calories, but I'm eating if I have like two snack wraps from McDonald's, um, if I'm eating two snack wraps from McDonald's, I know I'm working it off the next day. So a week of me not going to the gym, but I'm still eating as if I'm gonna burn those calories off. Because if I burn more calories than I consume, I'm pretty good. But taking the gym away and just eating like regular and actually a little more than the recommended calories, um, kind of threw me off tremendously. And then the biggest struggle was basically just being consistent with not eating sugar, and saying no to sugar because it's really hard sometimes. And me, I'm like, man, let me have a day. And it's like I really can't have a day to just enjoy it because it really does make a ripple effect. And a lot of us need to realize that sometimes we really do have to say no to sugar because if one thing throws us off, it's not worth it. Um, for instance, today I went to church and I had someone I was like honestly. But anyways, so at church, it's a lot of treats. Um kind of it kind of well, it shouldn't stop me from selling to church, in meal preps. But I'd be discouraged from selling, well, not selling, but discouraged from bringing my things because the sweets are cheaper, it's more satisfying, and well, it's cheaper. But anyways, so someone was selling banana puddings. Oh my god. And I love banana pudding. I am still trying to perfect that banana pudding recipe. I have the flavor because it tastes when I make it, it tastes really good. But getting the consistency, that's what I'm working on. But anyways, because in order for me to make healthy alternatives, my goal is to make healthy sweet alternatives. But in order for me to do that first, I have to make it the regular way first. So I'm trying to perfect this recipe, and I'm working on it. Hopefully I got it by the holidays. Anyways, so let me put this, because I'm getting all these notifications from this stuff. So I'm gonna put this on work mode. Work mode. Yeah, money making mode. Okay. So now I won't see my notifications. Um, okay. So if you're watching this, make sure you leave me a comment and make sure you see me okay. Have any questions, feel free to put it in the chat and put it on the stage. So I can make sure I'm seeing this right and stuff. Let me see if I can see this on Facebook. Because usually somebody hop in by now. So I don't know. I don't know. But we're gonna keep it going. Let's see. It doesn't even say I'm live. Okay. But we're gonna keep it. Oh yay! Okay. Sorry y'all. This is the first time me using this. Well, successfully. So, anyways, so having that your mind tell you no. So when I was like, he's like, Sade, do you want a banana pudding? I said, I want one. Because I don't like lying. I want one. I could pay for one right now. But I know me. And if I plan on going to the gym tomorrow, I don't want to have a lot of sugar today. Because I already have to work off the past 2 weeks of me being out of the gym. So I'm going to start my week. To me, this is my Monday when it comes to food wise, because I want to start off my week on the best note possible. So that's me staying disciplined in my sweets. I even take smoothies to the gym. I even take smoothies to church just to encourage my grandma to like switch it up. But she still likes her cookies. Anyways, but yes, those are, excuse me. But those that's been my biggest struggle losing weight without the gym, is being mindful of what I'm eating. Um, Me making sure I'm mindful of what I'm eating is so important, because one slip up can really push me back a week. One slip up can make that 30 minutes, 15 minutes stairmaster mean nothing, and it didn't feel like nothing when I got on that thing. Okay. That's why I love the gym, because, or at least being consistent working out, period. The gym just is a good accountability partner for me. Plus, been my therapy. But it helps me stay on track. When I'm at the gym and I'm there for maybe 2 or 3 hours, and that's including the sauna, stretching for 15 to 20 minutes, and 15 to 20 minutes on the Stairmaster. So I typically work out regular. My regular workout is like an hour. So I don't want that to be for nothing. When I leave from there, I feel so good that I can't wait to go home and get my protein in, or come home, continue the momentum. It makes me want to stay doing good, because it's not worth it going. Not You cannot outwork a bad diet, and that's some real right there. You can't outwork a bad diet, because if you're for an hour or an I can only imagine being on. I might be skinny if I was on Stairmaster for an hour, but that's a little overkill to me. But 30 minutes or so, or 50, I'm working up to 30 minutes, but I need to like watch a movie or something. I don't know. But anyways, you don't want to. There you go. You don't want to mess up your progress just by a whole day. And you can mess up your progress for, well, not mess up your progress, but you can throw yourself off tremendously having one cheat day. I used to have one cheat day a week. Why? I have no idea why. I don't know why that made sense to me. And that's why I wasn't seeing the results that I thought. One, when I was doing that, I wasn't going to the gym as much. But also, you can't outwork a bad diet. You just can't. So that's the answer to that question. Okay, so we're gonna look into some of this stuff. And I'm gonna add this. Okay. All right. So Shays Wellness Club weekly session, episode 25. We have made it. We're really getting there, y'all. I appreciate those that have been sticking by me, that's been tuning in once a week. We are definitely working on doing this daily. I just would like to know, or multiple times a week. I just would love to know. Well, my goal is to go live every day. I actually don't mind talking to you guys or talking to the camera and just saying what's up and then clipping it out and just spreading the knowledge around. But I need to know what days, that work best for my audience, because this is about you guys. This isn't about me. So, welcome to Shays Wellness Club weekly sessions, okay? Episode 25. Consistency is going to be always better than perfection. And I always will stand by that. Consistency over perfection every time. Why? Because I'd rather be consistent in the gym than be so obsessed with being perfect that I fall off and just say, oh, well, that's it. You don't want to have a defeatist attitude like that. So just be consistent. If you want to go, you don't have to start off with 5 days a week. That's a lot. It took me a long time to get to 5 days a week in the gym. And someone asked me, what made you switch from 3 days to 4 days to 5 days? Well, I was going 4 days a week. And then when my mom passed, I was like, yeah, I need to go to the gym another day. That's mainly what made me do 5 days a week. And I just love it. I treat it like a job. I almost want to like work at one almost, but no, I like the freedom. But yes, so whatever pushes you to go out to the gym, to take that walk, to, you know, work out at home, I definitely encourage it. You have to have a why, which is important. I have a lot of moms that watch me. I have a lot of wives, women that want, and just women that want to better themselves and want to add more self-care to their life. This is for you. Your accountability is so important, and that's something that I noticed that a lot of people were lacking and were asking for. I need accountability. I need someone to tell me, hey, what can I do this week? Give me some homework. Let me think about this. Let me see if this works. Because think about it. I've been doing this is episode 25 of Shays Wellness Club. And if you haven't taken any advice yet, what's stopping you? Half of these things are free. Half of these things are really on you. And you can always ask questions. I love when my clients and my wellness members send me their food plates. Like, y'all have been killing it lately. I've been seeing y'all salmon dishes from the Prepped and Ready ebooks. I've been seeing a lot of people switching up the pork and eating more fish and turkey and stuff. I see that and I'm so excited for you. And of course, I want you to continue on doing that because that's part of accountability. That's like, let me send her because even if you send me one plate a week, you know, that's showing that you showed up for yourself, which makes me happy. So, welcome to your space for real strategies, accountability, and results. Okay. If you guys see this is my before and after. This was a recent photo I took in June. Me and my cute little two-piece, out for, birthday vibes. And then this was me some time ago, and I don't think my butt was that big. Anyways, um, but I did look at all them rolls I had. I used to count my rolls, man. And what's crazy is this might have been I might have lost a little weight in this bigger picture. But I'm looking at it because I'm like, yeah. Um, but yeah, that was like a Halloween, man. Just by the length of my locks, that was a while ago. Look how small my tattoo looks on that picture. That's crazy. So I'm just saying, little things like that, counting the rolls, noticing how little your tattoos are on you. Noticing your neck, like, hello, my neck was like huge. You know, look at my arms, okay? A lot better difference, and you just have to. It helps to find your why and your mission. Your why. Your why. If your why is simply so I don't have to be on medications the rest of my life. I know too many people close to my age on medications strictly because of their diet, you know? And of course, these doctors, like I say in every live, these doctors are going to continuously encourage. Take this pill to take that pill. And then when that pill don't work, take this pill, which messes up the other pill. So you have to take another pill to offset the other pill. And I'm hearing this way too much. And it's like hearing it out loud, that it being the patient would be like, dang, another pill, another pill. These, and again, all this advice is fair use, and this is not advice at all. All this storytelling is, fair use only. But it's just when I hear stories like that, because someone recently was talking to me, like even the lady that I met at Walmart, like a random stranger. And that's why I'm going to be making more merch of STL Green Eats and Shays Wellness Club and Unbig Our Back Tribe. Unbig Back Tribe. I don't know. Y'all help me with the name. But because I used to be a big back and I'm not no more. And I'm proud to say that. And that might encourage someone else to not to unbig their back. Cause look how big, how big my back was. And that was like some real that's like my pastor say, real talk, Like when you like look at yourself and be like, girl, what did I do? Why did I eat like that? Why didn't nobody tell me? But then when I think about it, just like my viral video of Monique talking to her husband, would I really have been able to take that criticism? Would I have really been like whatever and like try to prove them wrong with eating right, with eating whatever? We'll never know, but group, and I didn't want to be passed on because of my size. Um, I can honestly say, and I say this all the time, I wouldn't be that girl. Not even just that big, but that mindset of I can eat whatever I want. I don't really need to work out. Take me as I am. I'm still I'm 60 though. For real. I was looked way better without them rolls on me, baby. Like I looked good naked then, but I look way better now. I'm just saying. Ugh, word to my husband. So I'm just saying, if you really want to change yourself, take yourself, just like rest in peace to Kevin Samuels, look yourself in the mirror. You're nice and wet and naked. Look in the mirror and be like, dang, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 rolls, dents on my thighs, cellulite, booty big, but hips are wide, so it makes everything look bigger, shoe size at my shoe size used to be a 10, 9.5 wide. I am not that size anymore. Who would have known that you could lose weight in your feet? I didn't know that at all. You know what I mean? And that's some real stuff. Okay. I'm tired of paying all this money for this shoe size. And your weight loss journey can help that. You know how expensive a size 10 high heel is? Baby, that's why I didn't used to wear heels like that. They were expensive. Now I got to figure out what smaller. Anyways, I gotta tell you my journey in order for me to help you, because I was there. I was looking in the mirror like, girl, why did I look like that? Why did I get over 230 pounds? Over 230 pounds. I was drinking every weekend. When I used to smoke, I used to eat junk food because my appetite's already crazy. Like, my appetite's always been adventurous and borderline prego vibes. You know what I mean? And, I just didn't care then. And then I didn't, and actually, I was active as in, I would probably get 10,000 steps pretty easily back then because I used to walk everywhere. I didn't have a car. I guess that was a blessing in disguise, me not having a car so young. Probably would have been walk with my friends. I would just walk to the store. I would even when my mom was here, recently, beginning of the year, I'd walk my butt all the way up to Grand. I'm not catching a bus, But anywho, doing things like that, or just showing yourself the ugly truth, can really just pivot your mindset. My mindset was, especially, once I heard my mom um was getting sick and stuff, I gotta do this for her. I gotta show her that going to the gym all the time makes you energetic, makes you flexible, makes you able to carry multiple bags up and down the street. You know, my mom would be surprised how strong I would be sometimes. Like, girl, you ain't got it. I got it. You know what I mean? And that's a big, she was a big motivation on why I wanted to, lift weights so I can lift her if I needed to. So, whatever your motivation got to be, let it be so. You don't have to beat yourself up. You ain't got to say, I hate myself. I hate myself. I'm depressed. No, that's what the devil wants you to do. Okay? Saying, I can't do this. I'm too big to walk up and down the street. I'm too big to go up and down stairs. I don't need to go the long way. Identify the issue. Identify and fix it. Towards the end of me smoking and stuff, I used to switch, even, if you're a smoker, switch your food up. Man, I would only make sure I stock when I was in Southside, binge, eat, and go crazy on chips. And like that, chips and stuff like that. Even small changes like a game changer of your life. Okay? And I ain't telling you this because I'm trying to be cute. I'm telling you this because it's what I know. And thank you guys for tuning in to today's Well, we are back. Okay. Sorry, y'all. Because I was almost going to say, I was like, okay. God really, oof, thank you, God. Okay. Um, okay. So we are back. Welcome. Like we never left. So we're gonna go into these slides because girl, I've been just talking to y'all. Feel free to leave a comment, ask questions. I don't see any comments. I haven't seen any comments, so can't post comments to some destinations. That's okay, because this is all just so learning for real, for real. So um week. Big shifts, small wins. That's gonna be our motto for this week. Big, no, small shifts. Girl, let me reset. Okay. Okay, so today to this week's focus and theme is small shifts, big wins. Okay, we're taking small little baby steps. We are not we are not trying to lose no 80 pounds in we're not trying to lose 80 pounds in 2 days. We're not trying to walk 10 miles a day or anything. 10,000 steps tomorrow, unless you just already, tight like that. But small shifts really do make big wins. And we're going to talk about more ways how that is a fact. Okay. So, if you're not used to walking 1,500 steps, make 1,500 steps your goal. My current goal is 5,000 steps per day, but I plan on walking more. That's something I really do need to get back into nature before it gets cold. So then when it gets cold, I can do my walk in home. Anyways, one time we can lead to a long-term result. Today's focus: nutrition, movement, and mindset. Okay, nutrition is just gonna be always uno buno one. Okay, having your nutrition in order is going to be the ideal factor on whether or not you're going to lose 10 pounds within 6 weeks, which is possible depending on how you're eating. If you're someone that's used to eating sugar all the time, if you're someone that's used to eating chips all the time, if you're someone that just eats a lot of bread, that eats a lot of this, a lot of that, yes, it's going to make a difference in 6 weeks because it's a big factor on why our backs are big. Um, quick win for this week. I want us to do a hydration challenge. Okay. If you're not used to let me do this really, really quick. Okay, so we're live everywhere now. Okay, so quick win, we're gonna do a hydration challenge. Now, if you're not used to drinking your gallon of water, I want you to not start with a gallon of water. Starting off with a gallon of water and not used to it, you're gonna either bore yourself to where you're not gonna drink so much water, you're gonna get tired of it, or you know, you're just not gonna do it. So I always suggest to get a half gallon of water. Send me the word bottle, and I can send you a link to where you can get your own. I love these. Actually, to get a new one because my encouraging words have been melted off. It's been a hot summer, okay? But it says, now have a nice day. You're almost there. Come on. Might have been something right there. Drink more. Never say never. Almost there. You made it. Because once you get to down here, that means you made it, okay? So easy, free way to lose weight naturally. Free. I'm not a bougie person. This is tap water, okay? If you're in St. Louis, Missouri, or just Missouri in general, we have some of the best filtered water filtration systems in the world or in the United States. So our water don't taste nasty to me. But if you want to, I was going through 6 bottles, 7 bottles a day, about 6 bottles of water a day or 5. And that I would just go through water so crazy. I would go through water so like case of water I would go through in like 2 weeks because I was drinking 5 bottles of water a day. And don't let it be like the good kind, like alkaline water, because what 3 or 4 of those a day. You do the math. So I'm gonna fill this up, add lemon. That's what these little. Hey, thanks for joining. We're doing wellness for challenge, the most cheapest thing on the list, and that is water. Adding water to your diet. If you're someone that's not used to a gallon, drink daily. Okay, it is not easy, but I make sure I start as early as possible. So this asks me to start as early as 8. I try to start as early as 6. But that's when I, get up, go for the gym and stuff like that. So it's always ideal to start your water as early as possible. Send me the word uh, bottle or water, and I'll send you a link to one yourself. And there's also half gallons available and smaller. I add lemon, especially early on in my journey. I would add cucumbers. I need to start back getting cucumbers because it's actually very refreshing having cucumbers in your drinks. Berries for flavor. Me, berries are too expensive. Berries are a little too expensive just to be having in water, so I like to eat that. But if you want to add better berries for flavor, it's a really good idea too. Benefits: clear skin. Hello. My skin has significantly gotten better thanks to diet, definitely, but water. Because I was drinking a gallon of water a day and still getting breakouts, still getting pimples. Why? Because I was eating chips, which is high in grease, fried chicken, which is high in grease, stuff like that. It's gonna affect your skin. So no amount of water is gonna fix that. But if you do better with your diet, having especially when you eat hydrating fruits and vegetables like cucumbers, like berries. Berries are very good for the skin. Beautiful for the skin. Cucumbers, beautiful for the skin. Cucumbers, I believe, over 90% water. I can't remember. Don't quote me. Less bloating, more energy. I can definitely attest to that. Water, definitely make sure you go to the bathroom multiple times a day. We are supposed to poop, number 2, more than once a day. It's a lot of adults that didn't know that. So I feel like that's not even TMI, that's just, natural facts. You're supposed to go at least twice, if not once. Now, if your system good, 3 times a day, but because that means that you're naturally flushing out your system of toxins and the bad stuff that's supposed to be out. Also, peeing everything out. A lot of toxins and a lot of the stuff we're eating, we get to pee it out. So make sure you're staying hydrated, especially since even when it's cold, stay hydrated. Yes, I take this with me. Water with me everywhere, to the gym, from gym to church. I take this with me. I love taking this with me because it's a good conversation starter. Um, and I just like to talk to people about wellness and stuff. That's a good things when you feed your body great things. Your body's gonna reward you with energy, clear skin, less bloating. We're back. So let me get my presentation back up so I can talk to you guys. All right. This thing crashes one more time. But hey, this is getting me used to difficulties. Okay. But we are talking weight loss management. Okay. It's something that we can all take heed of, we can all take control of. Because I don't know about you, but when I see 700-pound life, 500-pound life, 600-pound life, whatever the show is called, I'd be really like, how did I get there? How did I wouldn't I'm not trying to judge anybody because people have their struggles and stuff. But being that size is definitely their fault. There's no amount of grief, there's no amount of depression, there is no amount to be over 600 pounds. And then they be having a man, a woman. I'm like, dang, I wish I would be getting out all this. You know how hard it is to cook like that? And you want 5, 6 meals a day of meals, not just snacks? Nah, we ain't doing that, bruh. Okay. Oh, okay. So we're staying hydrated. Recap. So we're staying hydrated, replacing sugary drinks with water each day. That is our quick win we can do. If you went all day and didn't have any sugary drinks, but you had like water or you had some coconut water, if someone asked me, where do you get a good tasting coconut water? I go to Whole Foods. Whole Foods might have some good ones too. I go to Aldi. Okay. And this is the best one I've ever had. But I haven't had that many. But anyways, replacing one sugary drink with water each day is definitely a small thing you could do for a big win. Um, Adding water, adding something to your drink so you can better. Hey, thanks for joining. Adding water, adding cucumbers to your things can definitely help with the flavor of water if you're so tired of it. I used to do that all the time, adding cucumbers to my water. Me, berries are kind of expensive to be just putting in water, but if you want to add berries to your water too, that's definitely doable. And doing this daily, it helps clear your skin, less bloating, more energy. Who don't need that? When you have clear skin, that makes you beautiful. That makes you handsome. Okay? That makes people want to stare at you all the time. In a good way. You know, to have beautiful people, you know, less bloating, less looking pregnant when we're not. Okay? When we have less bloating, we're less self-conscious. More energy. We will have more energy for our kids, have more energy for our man, our woman. Okay? More energy for our team, our classmates, our teammates. So you can't go wrong with the hydration challenge. Get with the hydration challenge, okay? Mindful eating tips. Mindful eating tips that you can do today to lose weight naturally. Pause before eating or purchasing fast food. Pause of eating or purchasing fast food. Ask yourself, am I hungry or am I just bored? Am I hungry or am I just stressed out? If eating, it's usually the lesser of these, okay? We gotta slow down when we eat. I need to do better with this as well. Chew more. Actually, you burn a lot of calories chewing, plus your stomach has works less if it has less of a chunk to break down. If that makes any sense. And notice your fullness. When you're full, when you know in your mind you're full, when you know and you're oh, and give this I like this like this without feeling deprived, okay? It's okay to have small portions sometimes, okay? That's why I created STL Green Eats, a meal prep service, because my goal isn't to just have a service so I can make all this money. My goal is to help people get used to smaller portions, get used to healthier meals with a smaller portion. I want to get people used to drinking water after each meal. Oh, and that's the one that we're going to go into next. Drink water before you eat each meal and snack. When I used to eat 5 times a day, I would drink water throughout the day. Make sure you give this video a like. Thank you. But yes, drinking water before each meal definitely what helps trick your stomach to making you feel like you're full. It helping you feel like you're full. It adds to your daily water intake, which we all need. And two, it helps with your bloating because it's going to help push out everything we eat. That's how we get to pooping 2 to 3 times a day. Drinking that water so we can flush out all the junk. So that's my number one biggest tip for today is to drink water before you eat each meal. That tricks your mind, but also when we go out to eat, get a glass of water instead of something sugary. Instead of the juice, because a lot of people don't know cranberry juice has a lot of sugar. Usually, apple juice has a lot of sugar. Orange juice has a lot of sugar, and it's all a lot of artificial tasting stuff too. So you want to, if you want to help, um, you know, unbig our back, drinking water before each meal definitely helps. Drinking water before you eat your meal at a restaurant will help you bring some food home or to make you feel full so you don't get a dessert. If you can, try not to get dessert. Okay, so this is a movement boost. We're going to add 10-minute walks after dinner to improve digestion. That is what adding water and walking more helps with digestion, right? That of course that's duh, right? But a lot of us don't realize just 10 minutes of walking, just adding 10 minutes after a meal, go around the corner, come back, if you're in a safe neighborhood, especially, or go to your favorite park a few times a week and make sure that you're getting your steps in. The goal is to get at least 10,000 steps a day. We're working on 5. Don't even have to overstress yourself thinking you have to do 10, 15, 20,000 steps in a day. If you have to work your way up to 5,000, let's do that. If we can work our way up to 10,000, let's do that, because that's definitely my goal to get 10,000. And I'm outside all the time, and it definitely adds up, okay? If busy, dance one song. Now, do you know how many calories a song is worth? Especially if you got a 3-4 minute song, a Drake song, a Sexy Red song, a Megan Thee Stallion song, whatever, or even a praise dance, for my gospel people. If you're busy, dance to one song. 1 minute is not going to kill you. You can even go into a room if you don't want to, be around, people think you're weird or anything. That's a good tip. Dancing to one song. Stretching during TV commercials. Stretching during or doing squats during commercials. That's something that'd be, well, shoot, I don't watch TV anymore, but during the ads you're watching on YouTube, during the ads you're watching on Facebook, do squats, do a dance while you're, waiting for your next show or your show to come back on. Pick a gym to join that's affordable to you, or join a fitness class or club. This is one of my favorite ones in the movement boost tips. Why? Because it's gonna make working out fun. That's the biggest thing that I love about losing weight is when you make it fun. So, for instance, I joined the gym, and it don't really matter what gym. People like to slam Planet Fitness as the ghetto gym, the cheap gym, whatever you want to call it. But I definitely lost my 50 pounds going, well, not all 50, all of it. I definitely was losing weight going to Planet Fitness. Your weight loss journey don't care what kind of gym you go to. Now, it does matter if you're trying to, anyways, you know, going to the gym is definitely going to be important on this journey. I say the gym because it makes you be consistent. Me, for instance, I'm the type of person, I have gym equipment at home. I gym stuff here for months and just was very, it made me very lazy. It made me go to my phone too much. It made me scroll too much. Even when I would have to take my phone and put it all the way in my room, but then I need my music, right? So changing songs would distract me. Just it's just little things like that. But if you have to, take it to the house too. Okay, use a chair to help with workouts. You could do chair workouts. You could do couch workouts. You could do cleaning workouts. You could do up and down steps. You could do up and down your gangway or whatever you want to call it. But definitely find fun ways to lose weight naturally with. Thanks for joining. Give this video a like if you can. If these tips have helped you, share this, like this, love this, and tell me your favorite tip of this session, okay? We are here live with Shays Wellness Club Q&A. And feel free to ask your questions in below. So pick a gym that's affordable to you, okay? You do not have to have the fanciest gym to be to lose 50 pounds, to lose 20 pounds, okay? Let me see. Affordable fitness club or fitness class. Me, that's what made me consistent throughout my life when it came to working out. There's been many times where I stopped going to the gym. And what really helped me go back, especially if a gym has fitness classes or just fitness classes in general. So like I started off doing yoga. I started off doing Zumba classes. Um, and that kind of made it fun for me to like burn calories and stuff like that. So now I am into Pilates. I like hot Pilates. I like butts and guts classes. I like HIIT classes now and stuff. So just finding what you like and also finding like-minded people too that are you would be surprised how many people are going through the same thing you are, going through a loss, going through kids postpartum, just going through a lot of similar situations. And going to these classes kind of takes you out of your comfort zone because what? Stepping out of your comfort zone is where the results lie in. Okay. I'm an introvert. I get that a lot. I'm an introvert. I don't like being around people. This may not be for you then because, well, unless you want to do workouts at home. But to me, it helps relieve me of anxiety when I'm around people because it's forcing me to allow myself to shine. Because a lot of us are dope. A lot of us are really cool in our own way. And, you being scared of being around people doesn't make that highlighted. Okay. I wouldn't have been on News 5 for my meal prep service if I was such an introvert. I got on TV, stuttering a little bit, and happy to do, and got some clients from it too. So finding really cool fitness classes, for instance, they not even a class, or even finding a sport that you may like. I've been doing tennis since high school. So finding a fitness class. I like doing tennis. I just started doing golf lessons. Surprisingly fun. Um those are only two I really do. But shoot, bowling is a sport. Bowling is definitely a workout. Skating is it a sport? Well, skating is definitely a workout. And it's a club for everything. Okay. I didn't even know there was so many walking clubs in St. Louis. I gotta join one. So if you're someone that's like, I don't want to walk by myself, find a local walking club because you'll be surprised how it's a lot of people that's trying to get on this journey as well. And it's really fun when you find during this. So I'm like, what? Or long way to destinations, take the stairs instead of taking the elevator. Those were definitely game changers for me, type of thing. Made my boss notice me more, made my coworkers notice me more. So when people ask, what do you think about? So when people ask, what do you think about Sade? What do you think about Shay? Oh, well, she's good. She's consistent things about me because of me walking extra at work. All I was doing was adding it, after eating my lunch, even though it's just 30 minutes, all it takes is 10 minutes to change your life. I'm gonna just say that. It only takes one consistent change, one small step to change your life. Okay? So to destination on as well. Instead of taking the elevator up flight or two, just take the stairs. I love the Stairmaster. Well, I ain't gonna say I love the Stairmaster, but we have a love-hate relationship with the Stairmaster. Ladies and the guys too, because guys care about their glutes as well. It makes your glutes look better. It helps your stomach get smaller. It helps with digestion. It helps you sweat, which helps detox the body, detox the skin. And it's just overall a good choice. When it comes to cardio, that's probably my favorite. The Stairmaster or deep incline on the, not elliptical, uh, you know what I'm trying to say. Uh, Thanks for joining, and I appreciate the love. Thank you for give this a video a tap, and let me know a tip that's really helped you. I would love to know. Okay, so small wins. So I want everybody to know that your small wins can really stack up for big changes. Don't underestimate them. Don't let oh, I didn't do that yesterday. Do it today. Oh, I didn't do that last week. Do it this week. Okay. Especially for someone, they're like, oh, you eating a salad, you're on a diet. This is a lifestyle. This is going to be the number one thing you got to remember. This is a lifestyle thing. This is going to be something that you're going to have to put in your mind for not just a month, not just for a week, but for the rest of your life. So you got to make it fun. You got to make it cool. You got to make it like you're not going to the gym. I am. I'm going to take that gym class over brunch any day. But I've come a long way though. Heavy sugary drinks, them Long Islands, the, wine adds up too, and it just makes everything better when you cut a lot of things out as well. So cutting out bread, cutting out sugary drinks, cutting out chocolate, milk chocolate. Now emphasis on the milk chocolate because I didn't even know milk chocolate breaks me out, but dark chocolate doesn't. And if when you're going through this journey, you're going to become very observant of your body. You're going to be like, ooh, why does my stomach hurt after I stop eating pork? But when I, have some bacon, my stomach hurt. It's because your body's rejecting it because it's not meant for us anyway. We shouldn't be eating no pork anyway. But if you want to so a list of 5 things I would cut off, or at least pick one of the 5 to cut off for the week. Bread, excessive bread. Me, I used to eat a loaf of bread for a week and a half. So that changed my diet. That changed my size dramatically. Bread, if you're excessive bread eater, pasta eater. Sugar, I used to be big on milk chocolate, Reese's, Snickers, taking away chips, greasy items. Um, Sugary drinks. Um, oh, and alcohol. Alcohol right there. It not only did alcohol make my stomach smaller, because it kind of alcohol kind of wasn't productive with my workouts because alcohol doesn't it kind of stops you from burning as much fat, if that makes any sense, because alcohol, it takes a long time to burn off. So when I found that out and then noticed how my skin got clearer, because you can work out and still be getting acne because of your food intake. All okay. Share your progress in the group. This is Shays Wellness Club. If For those that don't know, I help people every week lose weight naturally through my personal advice and my tools. I have, if you're someone that needs recipes and don't know where to start, I have a complimentary free ebook for you that I can send. Just send me the word recipes, and I'll send you our best sellers, you could say, of meal preps that we do. Really nutritious. It's like some delicious meals like stuffed turkey, stuffed peppers, chicken wings, salmon recipes, you name it. It's all in there. Just send me the word recipes. Send me the word water if you want. If you need one of these, because this helps so much. I need to hurry up and finish that because I ain't gonna be using the bathroom after 10. And invite a friend to next live. So this week's assignment, you got to pick one win. We went over hydration. Um, we went over hydration, mindful eating, and movements we can do. So if you pick one of those, pick two of those. Hey, pick some of those and come back. Send me screenshots of your meals that you cooked, because my thing is always getting back into the kitchen. Okay, so we need to take it back to the kitchen, ladies and guys too. Okay, because what we are going to be on on these medications so long, how long we're going to be in this hospital so long, and we could take whatever medicine we want that they give us. We could take whatever tea, magic tea and all that, but that's going to mean nothing if our diet isn't right. Because our gut is what? Our second brain. You know that, did you? Our gut is our second brain. So if our head is right, we need to have the right mindset. We need to have inspiration in our lives. We need to have body goals, not unattainable body goals, but someone that you look up to, like, wow, they look good. They're always consistent with what they do. Your favorite athlete, your favorite, you don't even have to go as far as athlete, but just, keep in mind, a body goal. Bonus tip if you made it this long. I always suggest to my wellness club members to to grab a picture of your biggest self or your smallest self. Put that as your screensaver, and have that be your why or your motivation to keep going. Okay? Because I chose a picture of me at my biggest when I had 5, 6 rolls in the back of my back. Okay? When I kept looking at that, I was like, let me go to the gym. Let me take my butt to the gym. When I did that, it helped so much. Like, let me drink this water, okay? Because I was drinking a lot of sodas back then. I just was drinking every weekend. I was smoking and everything in the pantry. Like, it was getting bad. Eating throughout the day. A lot of us don't know cereal is high in sugar. The best ones are high in sugar, so I had to give that up. So comment the word done when you completed it daily. I want you to follow me on here, and send me, any recipes you want to try, or that if you tried any recipes from your free recipe ebook that you get today, and just let me know what else I can do for you. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. How to unbig your back naturally is going to be our next segment. I'm going to go over our Unbig Our Back challenge that's still going on. I've only had a few people complete it. So we have some work to do, but we are definitely moving along. The inches without living in the gym. Okay. When I unbig my back, I didn't go 5 times a week to the gym. I didn't. I was probably going 3, if that. So please stay tuned for next week's Shays Wellness. Join us at shayswellnessclub.com if you want to learn more about losing weight naturally, about unbigging our back naturally and all that jazz. And feel free to send me your wins. Okay, tell me, comment below, and let me know which one of my strategies are you going to try. Because this is episode 25. What if you would have listened on episode 1? You would have probably lost pounds. You can easily lose 20 pounds. No, not 20. You can easily lose 10 pounds within 6 weeks. Tips alone. So let me see how you guys do with these tips, and we're going to keep on going. Okay, make sure you follow me on all social media. I am Shay Cuts on all social media. I help people lose weight naturally through my 60-pound weight loss now. It's been 60 pounds. I have ways that I use intermittent fasting, which is available in Shays Wellness Club. My Shop Smart grocery list and label identifier. You'd be surprised that a lot of people don't know how to even read labels, and it tells us everything that we need to know. So comment the word recipes and you'll get prepped and ready too. Delicious meals for busy days. Okay. Because my audience is usually very busy people, dads, and people that just are ready to lose weight naturally. Okay, people that are trying to get off these medications due to their poor diet, people that are trying to save time, have more energy for their kids, because a lot of us are having kids later and we need energy. Okay, we need energy. We need our knees to work right when we want them to. So with that being said, thank you for joining today's live and have a great rest of the day.
I don't know what you been doing. You been sleep? Let me wake you up with something. Straight up. Yeah. Allow me to reintroduce myself. I'm Chris Monroe. R to the O-E. I flip houses, rent cars, and make money. You know I'm not no motherfucker dummy. This how we